Mark Denham on Atom Radio.
Hello and welcome to the Atom Radio podcast, the best bits of drive time on atomradio.co.uk, on TuneIn, on iTunes Radio and your smart speaker for this week. Before we get into the podcast, there is something that I didn't include in the show this week and I can't not let it go. I really can't. A lady in America, this is exclusive to the podcast now, a lady in America has complained to Southwest Airlines after they laughed at her daughter's name. Now, her daughter is called ABCDE, and that's what's printed on the ticket. Obviously, the workers for the airline have thought, well, you know, this might be a misprint or something, and they've laughed at it. The mother has complained that they've laughed at her child's name. Now, I must admit, I'm struggling not to laugh now. I mean, how could you possibly have a child and think, I don't know what to call it, ABCDE? But not only that, not only she called it ABCDE, she's come up with a pronunciation for it as well. She says the child is called Absidy. Well, it's not though, is it? Because it's called ABCDE. No child, whenever they learn the alphabet, ever says Absidy FGHIJK, do they? This got me thinking of some other unfortunate names, like a picture of a baby, a young cute baby with the name Jed I Knight. Or a identity card from Singapore, Batman, bin Superman. Great stuff. In an email contact list, Park, Jurassic. Great. Absolutely great. I think this one may just be a titling error. This is a guy on BBC News called Matthew Correspondent and his title Europe Correspondent. I think that one might be a titling error, if I'm honest. And I'm going to leave with this and head into the podcast. A couple who got married and clearly knew what they were doing because they've hyphenated their name to McDonald Burger. They knew what they were doing, didn't they? Anyway, look on the screen. There it is. There's the goodness of this week's podcast. Hold on there and you'll hear it in moments.
Atom Radio. Ooh, yeah. Playing the music you want to hear.
Mark Denham.
AtomRadio.co.uk.
Don't stop believing.
Online radio, streaming from Slough, United Kingdom. This is Atom Radio. That is Journey and Don't Stop Believing. Hello, welcome to Monday's Drive Time. It's 8 after 4. You got Mark with you up until 7 o'clock tonight. Hope you're very well. Hope you've had a lovely Monday so far. And all of that good stuff. If you're at work, well, nearly finished. If you're at school, should be finished by now. Same with college, and if you're at university, well, you're probably finished for Christmas already, haven't you? Extra time to eat pot noodles and all that.
Drive Time with Mark Denham.
You know, if you think that maybe you're aging a little too rapidly, apparently now you can get an anti-aging pillow. An anti-aging what? An anti-aging pillow? The belief is that it's not just the hours of shut-eye that affect how your face looks. If you squash your face against a cotton pillowcase all night, it not only etches wrinkles more deeply into your face, it also draws moisture from your skin as well. Bedding boffins have come up with a new generation of pillows that promise to combat the signs of aging as we sleep. Sign me up for these. Come on, sign me up for these. £75 for a pillow, which looks more like a giant inflatable spanner, if I'm honest. This is the Save My Face Le Grand Pillowette from savemyface.co.uk. £69 for the Silk Saviour for hair. Well, that says hair, not face. A neck support, also a high-tech copper cure. This is just a load of rubbish, surely, isn't it? This is a load of rubbish. You just get old, don't you? Botox, if you are that vain.
Drive time with Mark Denham.
Atom Radio with Pink and A Million Dreams from The Greatest Showman Reimagined. I'm a Celebrity News. The contestants have shed 4 stone on a jungle diet. Now, they only went in last Sunday, so they've been in for 8 days now. Harry Redknapp and Nick Knowles, to make you feel my love. That was Nick Knowles, by the way. It was actually me pretending to be Nick Knowles. They have lost the biggest so far. So, they're the biggest losers so far. Famished campmates have shed up to a stone after a week of living on the minimal food rations. Hot and humid conditions have also sparked the weight loss among the contestants. Harry Redknapp, who's 71, John Barrowman, who's 51, Nick Knowles, to make you feel my love, he's 56, and Anne Hegarty, who's 60, are believed to have lost the most weight so far. The younger ones, Emily Atack, who's 28, Fleur East, who's 31, and Malik Thompson-Dwyer from apparently Hollyoaks. Who? They've also noticed a change in their body as well. Half the campmates spent the first few days eating nothing but rice and beans in the basic camp Snake Rock. Harry said he'd not even been enjoying the so-called luxury meals such as emu, alpaca neck and kangaroo. Well, I don't blame you. If I'm entirely honest, I don't blame you. Emily Atack is claiming that her clothes just don't fit anymore. She had a heart-to-heart with Noel Edmonds across the weekend. She said her clothes don't fit her because she's shed so much weight already. And they've only been in there for 8 days. They've got another, 2 weeks or so to go, haven't they, before it's all over? Wow. Emily Atack will have disappeared to nothing. This is Fleetwood Mac and Don't Stop on the Big Drive Home.
Drive Time with Mark Denham.
I want to talk to you about builders. All right, builders who have done things. I mean, these are great. These are builders who are a bit lazy to finish a job. There's a picture here of a landing, which is very nice, with a door. However, the landing is only a part landing. It's like one of these like floating floor type things, and it has a railing across the end of it, and you cannot get to the door because, well, the door opens and there's nothing there. So I'm wondering, if you come out the other side of that door, you're just going to fall like down the stairs. That's not so good, is it? Another person who's put a banister on some stairs. However, the banister goes all the way to the bottom, literally to the bottom, touching the wall, and there's absolutely no way you can get up on this. And I love this as well. A shower head has been fitted by a builder by basically drilling holes in the bottle of a little 500-litre soft drink bottle and sticking it over the cap of the shower. So that's your shower. That's very good. A set of stairs that go absolutely nowhere, directly to a wall. A drive that has been built with a telegraph pole right in the middle of it. That's not so good either, is it? And then this I absolutely love. A washing machine has been mounted to the wall, directly plumbed into the loo. Who on earth did that?
Drive Time with Mark Denham.
Online radio at atomradio.co.uk. Dua Lipa, Blackpink, Kiss and Makeup. It's Mark with you on the Big Drive Home. I know that I am a pretty much bald geezer. All right, I got male pattern baldness, had it for a long time, not worried about it now. James Flynn is a criminal. He's wanted for harassment and making threats. His crimes are not, however, what's drawing attention to him. Police have released, this is the West Midlands Police, have released a picture of him. And he is a little thin in the hair department. But everybody is comparing his haircut, where he's like gelled it and it's quite thin, to an Aldi barcode. You know, like you get on the products and you get to the self-scan. Beep, beep, beep. Everybody's comparing it to that, with one person even tweeting, I scanned this guy's picture and I got charged 5p for a carrier bag. Also, somebody else has put, out of interest, were the threats he made against his hairdresser. It's a very, very bad haircut. Yeah. If that was me, I would be glad to be bald. If someone said to me, oh, you could have your hair like this or be bald, I'll stick with being bald.
Drive time with Mark Denham.
Close to who? To me? To you? To him? To her? Them? Over there? I don't know. Maxi Priest on atomradio.co.uk, Tuesday's drive time. I was waiting for a parcel yesterday, which arrived while I was out. It was an Amazon Black Friday weekend special, and it arrived while I was out yesterday. And I got the notification on my phone, your parcel has been delivered to a neighbour. I naturally assumed that it would be next door. Now, I live at number 61. I naturally assumed it would be next door at number 63. I get a card through the door, and it says on it, your parcel has been left at number, well, it looks to me like 83. So I go wandering off down to 83, knock on the door. Hello, you've got a parcel for me. No. Okay. So I then think, all right, it's just badly written. It must be 63 after all. So I knock on my next door neighbour's door. Hello, you've got a parcel for me? No. Thankfully, the lady who lives at number 93 came out, saw me looking for my parcel. She came out with my parcel and managed to deliver it to me. So, yeah, got there in the end. But I've got to say, that card looked massively like an 83. It really did.
Drive time with Mark Denham.
AtomRadio.co.uk. It's very nearly 10 to 5 on Tuesday. You know, I said to you, not last week, but the week before, my black Air Max, the air bubble has gone on the right trainer. Well, disaster has happened because now the left air bubble has gone on the white trainer. What that does mean is that I can't wear the black pair or the white pair without the ridiculous noise, but I do have a matching odd pair that if I was to wear the left black one and the right white one, then there'd be no noise. That's nice, isn't it? You see, problem solved.
Mark Denham.
AtomRadio.co.uk.
Hello, Mark with you on a Tuesday afternoon here on AtomRadio.co.uk. Cheers so much for sticking us on. If you are here for the first time, you're very welcome. And if you are a regular listener, you are equally as welcome. Thank you so much. The worst flatmate ever, possibly. A tenant has issued a very lengthy list of rules to a potential newcomer. And this includes never being in on weekdays. What? You're going to pay to rent to never be there on weekdays. And no laughing after 11 p.m. Oh, that's harsh, isn't it? I have to say, that is harsh. Where's this actual list of rules? I'm trying to find the actual 11 rules. It's crazy, though, this is. I mean, imagine that, though, going somewhere. Number 1, you need to be out the flat on weekdays during normal working hours because I work from home 5 days a week and I need the place to myself. If you have a proper job, this shouldn't be a problem. Number 2, my new flatmate has to be quiet and considerate. This means you should do door handles rather than push the doors to slam. Try to behave quietly, especially when it's late or early in the morning so as not to disturb others. Number 3, I used to have this flatmate who was on Skype for 2 to 3 hours every day, 5 hours on weekends. I won't have that. Oh my word. Sounds like a barrel of laughs, eh? Number 4, this isn't a very sociable house. We don't do parties and we don't really have time to cook together or watch TV together. 5, I want my new flatmate to be someone who has friends, who goes out to see places, does things like sport. If you spend all your free time hanging around the house, streaming TV shows and talking on the phone, we're not going to like each other. I can't imagine whoever it is who's advertising for a flatmate is going to like anyone. Certainly no one's going to like them. We have a cleaning rota you need to follow is number 6. Number 7, if you need to run to the toilet every 15 times a day or every 15 minutes, don't move in here. At 8, there's no cooking in the flat before 8:30 a.m. and after 11 p.m. Now, earlier, it said that you had to have a proper job. So if you have a proper job that's 9 to 5 and you're not allowed to cook before 8:30, when are you supposed to have breakfast? Number 9, everyone is expected to clean up after themselves in the kitchen. Number 10, regarding guests, I don't want to consistently see your friends hanging around the flat. If you have guests 3 times a week, it's too much. Oh, jog on. 11, as for alcohol, drugs and other such things, I don't really want to see people here under the influence. Who has written this list? Can we find out who it is? I just want to see if it is this person I know. Where are we? Let's have a little look. Not named, I have to say, which is probably just as well, because imagine the grief they're going to get. Someone that I know did once post on Facebook looking for a flat share. Don't want to be social, don't want company, don't want to talk, just want somewhere I can stay without having to interact with anyone. Well, that's a barrel of laughs, isn't it, as well? That's the whole point of a flat share, surely, isn't it? The sharing. And also, I mean, this person was so untidy and would just moan all the time. Unreasonable. That's the downside, isn't it, to Generation Rent, is that you are occasionally going to get stuck with people like that.
Mark Denham on Atom Radio.
13 to 7, Tuesday evening. Email phrases. Come on, if you've got this in your email, I'm going to explain now what they mean. So some of the best ones, as stated below, you need to read, what this basically means is you need to read the entire email chain, not just the top 2 lines, because your dumb question has already been answered. That's fair enough. Equally, hope this helps means just stop bothering me. Let me clarify. Roughly translates to, you completely misunderstood my last message, you idiot. Moving forward, stop wasting my time and just let it go already. Per my last email, you better reread the whole thing again so you won't ask me any more stupid questions. Just checking in means I'm going to keep sending you emails about this until you respond. Sorry for being unclear. No, I wasn't. Obviously, you didn't read what I wrote. You need to pay more attention. And kind regards means you. There you go. Now, a friend of mine signs all her emails off with warm regards rather than kind regards, which is fair enough, isn't it? You know, it's a nice gesture, but if you get your work emails and you get those phrases crop up in them, at least now you know what they mean.
Drive Time with Mark Denham.
Anyway, emails. You know, I told you those email phrases. I'll tell you something that's really, really embarrassing that happened to me a few years ago. It happened when I first got a touchscreen phone, you know, where you type on the phone. Up until then, I'd had a BlackBerry with a keyboard and I was quite good with it. And then I got this touchscreen phone. I thought, yeah, I'll just reply to this email quickly. And it was an email asking me, it was a sporting event asking me, do you have, can I come and take photos? And could you tell me, no, the first one was, can I come and take photos? So I replied, yeah, of course you can. I'll leave you a press pass. And then I get a reply back saying, do you have anywhere specific or would you suggest anywhere? To which I meant to reply in the nicest possible way, I don't know where. Instead, where I was like just getting used to this touchscreen phone, I managed to send, I don't know, whore, which, given it was a lady, was perhaps a little, wrong. And I pressed send and I just saw it flash off the screen. I was like, please don't tell me. So I've gone into the email outbox and there it is. I don't know whore. I thought, oh no, you best forward this on and reply. You've got to reply. You can't just leave that as it is. So anyway, I did reply, all smoothed over, sorted. Tuesday's drive time done. Back tomorrow at 4 for Wednesday's drive time. Last one tonight, Fleetwood Mac and Seven Wonders. I'll catch you in 21 hours time. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.
Drive time with Mark Denham.
You know, a few weeks ago I mentioned about Tinder, which I thought was a complete and utter waste of time. All right, it does say here that Tinder can be pretty soul destroying. I didn't find it soul destroying, I just found it boring. No. Anyway, things get even worse if you are Weston Corey, who is a Tinder user. He shared a tweet explaining that he'd matched with his sister on the dating app. Someone execute me, he says. And the thing is, okay, when he says he's matched with her, that means that he's clearly swiped on her though. So why would you have swiped on your own sister? Because they're actually exchanging messages in this tweet, which is fine. All right, they've actually started exchanging messages. But the thing is, how can you complain about, if your sister comes up, that's fair enough. Just swipe no because she's your sister. Why would you swipe yes and then start messaging? It just doesn't make any sense at all, does it?
Yeah!
Mark Denham.
AtomRadio.co.uk.
Atom Radio with Wham! And Edge of Heaven, Marshmallow, Bastille, and Happier. It is Mark with you here on Drive Time, live from Slough, United Kingdom. This restaurant then that has banned mobile phones. It's Frankie and Benny's. It becomes the UK's first family restaurant chain to ban mobile phones. Upon entering the restaurant, diners will be asked to deposit their phones in a designated no phone box at the table with the intention of keeping it in there for the entire meal. Well, jog on. That's Frankie and Benny's that I won't be going to ever again, I have to say, because, if I decide to smoke inside the restaurant, I'm breaking the law because it's illegal. If I decide to use my phone, that is my personal preference. I have to say, I've only ever been to Frankie and Benny's once in my entire life, and I went with a friend and we ordered in virtually, it was an empty restaurant. There was just us in there and we ordered, and after 50 minutes, our food came. Well, how can it take so long? In an empty restaurant, how can it take so long? And now it turns out that for those 50 minutes, you're going to be encouraged not to even touch your phone as well.
Drive Time with Mark Denham.
But Christmas jumpers. Boo-hoo. The online retailer is selling Christmas jumpers. Nothing unusual in that. However, they have a line of jumpers for humans and dogs. You can get matching jumpers with your dog. The human jumpers are £15 and the dog versions are £10. They come in a number of colours, including green, red, blue and burgundy, and they come in reindeer and snowflakes as well. So you can go out this Christmas matching your dog. The jumpers are selling out fast, it says here. Why? Why? Why would you want to go out matching your dog? I mean, that's just too much, isn't it? But then if you don't want to go out matching your dog, you can go out with your best friend, because Tesco are offering through their F&F range a Christmas jumper for 2 people. That's right. It's basically 2 jumpers, but there's only 2 sleeves on it. So there's 2 necks, there's 2 sleeves, and obviously you just have to have your other arm hanging down inside next to the person who's wearing it next to you. The supermarket has teamed up with the campaign against living miserably to support those who are lonely at Christmas, particularly aimed at men, to encourage men to get together and support each other by giving the gift of friendship. So there you go. You can either match with your dog, or you can be up close and personal with your best buddy this Christmas with Boohoo and Tesco.
Mark Denham on Atom Radio.
Atom Radio online 24 hours a day. We're playing the music you want to hear. Tina Moore and Never Gonna Give You Up. Hello, it's Mark with you on Drive Time tonight, on until 7 o'clock, and selfies. I promise you we would talk about selfies. If you take a lot of selfies, and I do know someone who probably takes about 30, maybe 40 a day, and she'll admit it as well if you ask her. She will admit it. But selfies, there is now apparently a medical reason for this. It's called selfitis. Well, I mean, that's an innovative name, isn't it? Selfitis. It is a genuine medical condition, and people who feel compelled to continually post pictures of themselves on social media may need help, psychologists have warned. Now, you know, I'm all, if you've got mental health issues, that's fine. But is taking a lot of pictures and sticking them on Instagram really a mental health condition? I don't know. Apparently it is now. The term was first coined 4 years ago to describe obsessive selfie taking in a spoof news story, which suggested the American Psychiatric Association was considering classifying it as a disorder. It has now been classified as a disorder. And, you know, there are 3 kinds of people who take selfies. There are those that take them and put them up online. And if you take a load of those every day and put them up online, then you are one kind. You can also take some and not put them online, and that's a different kind. And then there are those that take a few and put them up online. The thing is, though, you know, selfies in this day and age, most people probably now take them, if we're honest, in Snapchat, don't they? And they filter them. So it's heavily filtered, and you've got like stupid dog ears on, or a pair of glasses, or a nose or something. And, you know, especially like, I mean, I didn't I, a few weeks ago? I Tindered a few weeks ago, and I gave up on it because they were all basically loads and loads of them were Snapchat filters, and I was thinking, this is ridiculous. You know, like, here you are trying to put forward a good image of yourself on a hookup site. Let's be honest, Tinder is a hookup site, and you know, you can't see what you look like because you've got all these selfies. Now I wonder how many of these people have selfitis, whether they have acute selfitis and they just spend their whole day like, oh yeah, a selfie, I haven't done one for 10 minutes. I'll take another one. I'll just do one more. Yeah, I like that, but then I'll just edit it. Maybe if I just filter this a little bit, airbrush this, add this filter. It's crazy, isn't it? Selfitis, a genuine condition in 2018.
atomradio.co.uk.
Selfitis then. Who knew, eh? Who knew there was a genuine condition? And I know someone who probably chomps through about 30, maybe 40 selfies a day. And now, after all that, it turns out that there is a genuine reason. There you go. Anyway, it's December now. We are into the festive month. So happy Christmas to you. And thank you so much for checking out the podcast. There's even Christmas music lined up and playing on Atom Radio from now up until Christmas. So I will catch you back Monday afternoon, 4 p.m. for another drive time on atomradio.co.uk, on your mobile via TuneIn, on your smart speaker or on iTunes Radio. Enjoy the rest of your weekend or your week whenever you're listening. And I'll see you soon on Atom Radio.
Atom Radio. Ooh, yeah. Playing the music you want to hear.
Mark Denham. Denham.
Atom Radio.